back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So fans are saying that Cardi B is not bitter. She is not hating on Nicki Minaj, that she is showing love to Nicki because she posted a video, okay, on, I think it was her Instagram, of her singing to the Flawless remix, which Nicki Minaj is on. Fans are saying that Nicki Minaj would not be caught dead listening to anything Cardi B would be on, okay, especially now.
Wish I was your baby mama, for me to come around and give a good karma, but no. But yes. Huh?
Now, I feel like those lyrics that she's singing are in the original Flawless song with just Queen B on it. But Nicki Minaj has classics, and Cardi B has openly admitted that When Again is her favorite song by Nicki Minaj. She was a fan, she was a stan at one moment in time. And if her and Nicki never had beef, I think she would be openly listening to Nicki Minaj's music. Now she has to listen to it in a closet where nobody can see her because, as we know, Nicki Minaj does not like Cardi B. But, you know, maybe in the future that would change. I think Cardi B really effed up, and she should publicly apologize. To this day, she has never done so. But she needs to publicly apologize for throwing that shoe at Nicki Minaj. Okay? If you really want Nicki to really forgive Cardi B, I think she needs a public apology. I mean, what's so wrong about getting a public apology for something that you did wrong, okay? You threw a shoe over a fake tweet. That was wrong of you. So you do need to apologize for that. And the fact that she hasn't done so is probably why Nicki don't F with her now, okay? Plus, she has little to no talent. So with that being said, I think it's a conjunction of different reasons, but I do think she should apologize. Now, it looks like Doja Cat was spotted with a member from Cat's Eye. I think her name is Manon, but they were seen partying together. A lot of people are hoping that Doja Cat does a collaboration with Cat's Eye, because Ice Spice just did one, but nobody really cares about that collaboration. Fans are also noticing that Doja Cat has completely changed her look, or went back to the old Doja for her next era. She's a little bit more feminine. She got the wig. She's not a bald head scallywag anymore. Fans are noticing that she has kind of changed her look for this next era. And I think it's the smartest decision she could have ever made. You know, because she was looking like a crackhead, bald head scallywag that was on, you know, heroin at one moment in time. She was looking a mess. A mess, okay? So we happy about that. You know, even if your album is trash, I may not drag you as much as long as you bring the looks, okay? But if you start looking a hot ass mess, you will get dragged. Now, moving on to Cardi B. Fans are wondering why Cardi B has not released the Outside record that has been going viral on TikTok. That's what they're saying. I haven't seen it go viral, but that's what they're saying in the streets. With that being said, they said that Outside is a much better record than Dr. Miami. Why hasn't she released it? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Okay, see, Cardi B is a master manipulator, just like Champagne Thickum. So she wants to put on a facade that she can't release music because she's going through a divorce, which is false. Okay? The reason why she won't release the song is because it doesn't have PÄY0ŁÄ attached to it. She also won't be getting a $5 million budget for a music video like she did with Bozos, okay, or Bongos, or whatever it was called. You know, she spent $2 to $3 million on the music video. She's not getting that because Bozos flopped. So the label has cut her budget. So she knows the PÄY0ŁÄ ain't going to be PÄY0ŁÄing for the song. It's going to do well first 2 weeks, and then it's going to start flopping and dropping on the charts. And she don't want to look like a fool, okay? Because she wants to make it seem like every time she put out music or her teasing music is highly anticipated, and it's not. I only hear Garbage Gang talk about this record. The general public don't care about this record. Nobody in their right mind who has an IQ over 10 is waiting on a Cardi B record in 2025? Nobody. Let's be very clear. She's not that girl anymore. We have more talented female rappers in the game. You got Doechii, you got Doja Cat, obviously the queen, Nicki Minaj. I'd rather listen to JT than listen to Cardi B. Okay? But, Cardi B is dark-skinned, and they already got the chosen dark-skinned girl right now, and that's Doechii. Okay, that's why Megan is flopping too. So with that being said, Cardi B knows she can't pull the strings that she used to pull. Titanic has cut her off from that. Okay, she got to pull in the real numbers. That's why the record ain't out yet. She's trying to make it seem like she can't release music now because she going through divorce. But you just filed for divorce. Why couldn't you release your album before you filed for divorce? WAP and Up came out, 5-6 years ago? Like, come on now. Stop it. Okay, she can lie and fool Garbage Gang, but unfortunately she can't do that with me because we are on to her buffoonery. We're on to her lies. All she cares about is getting D down and prancing around town with Stefan Diddy. Now, moving on to Halle and Doodle Garbage. As we know, the judge granted Doodle Garbage's temporary restraining order, which we talked about yesterday. But Halle is still able to bring Hällë to Italy where she will be filming a movie. They also have a court date scheduled for June 24th. Now, with that being said, Halle has brought some receipts to the judge, okay, about Doodle Garbage, getting a man jumped, which he is getting sued for. But he got a man jumped because the man called him Doodle Garbage to his face. Now, Halle Bailey said that Daryl and his brother were recorded on TikTok being involved in a fist fight with another man. The declaration reads, "I will bring the video to court. Daryl and the people around him are aggressive and angry, which leads me to believe that this is not a safe environment for Hällë." And I agree. People keep saying, why am I siding with Halle Bailey? Because I feel like Doodle Garbage trapped Halle and ruined her career. That's why. Okay, let's be very clear. I do think he intentionally got her pregnant. Now, of course, Halle was dumb, okay, and she should have, gotten rid of it when she had a chance, and she did have the opportunity. She should have stuck with that and saved her career. She's not completely innocent, and I know, but Doodle Garbage definitely should not be taking care of no children acting like that over somebody calling you Doodle Garbage. You gonna get a man jumped. I mean, at your big age, he's 28 years old. Come on now. Like, that's something you do when you're a teenager. You can't let words bother you like that, especially when you are shitty. Okay, you do look like you stink and your music is garbage. Let's be very clear. I do feel as though, and I'm going to stand on it, no shade, that Doodle Garbage got with Halle because he felt like she had access to certain tables and certain industry people that he felt like he can get close to, i.e. Camel Face and Queen B. Okay, it actually was leaked through the text messages that he said that he was trying to be like Camel Face and make his own label with little to no talent. Okay, the receipts are out. He snitched on his own self saying he wanted to open up his own label like he has any talent to do so. Okay, his music don't even sell. How can he make another artist's music sell? But he knows that she has certain industry connections. She had that Disney connection. She has the Queen Bee and Camel Face connection. Okay, he was going to like the Grammys. He was going to the Met Gala. He was going to all these different events, Fashion Week and stuff like that. Spaces that he would never be able to get into if it wasn't for Halle. I do believe he trapped her, and that Halle is not even his type. Look at the girls that he cheated on Halle with. None of them bitches look like Halle. Okay, them be IG thoughts with work done, a BBL, boob jobs. Halle don't got none of that. So, not saying Halle is ugly, but I do feel like he purposely got with her and he sabotaged her career. So that's why I'm siding with Halle. Do I think she's completely innocent? No, absolutely not. Do I feel like she manipulated certain things? Yes. But I feel like he preyed on that girl. And it's obvious. Okay? And then on top of that, them text messages that were leaked, that he exposed, where she was begging for help, saying that, she wanted to off herself, and he was very nonchalant and cold about it. That's just evil. Somebody is telling you that they want to off themselves, and you just very nonchalant and cold towards that person. That says a lot about your character, especially when that's the mother of your child. Now, with that being said, I don't think that she's a bad parent. I don't feel like she is an endangerment to Hällë, because if that was the case, he would have gotten custody a long time ago. If she was such an endangerment to Hällë, why didn't you get custody when you got those text messages? These text messages ain't recent. Okay, they're not from this year. Some of them are not even from last year. Some of them is old as hell, 2022, 2023. So the point of the matter is, Doodle Garbage is a trash human being. He preyed on Halle and he ruined her career. And that's it. And that's why I am Team Halle against Doodle Garbage. Now, there has been some speculation that Wayne and Champagne Thickums are not in the best place. People are saying Young Money X OVO RIP no longer exist. Okay. And that's because Champagne Thickums is not on Wayne's album. A lot of people are saying Wayne's album is trash. I thought it was decent. Was it his best album? No. I think I gave it, a 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. I thought it was pretty decent. I feel like he had some bops in there. Was it his best? No. But Wayne is in his late 40s? I mean, it's not going to give early 2000 Wayne or 2008 Wayne. That's dead and gone. It's not going to give 2015, 2013 Wayne. We in 2025 Wayne. Okay. But y'all was caping for him when you thought he was gonna perform at the Super Bowl. So I don't know why people are turning on the GOAT Wayne. For what reason? I don't get it. I don't feel like the album was trash, but people are dragging it. But with that being said, Champagne Thickums does feel a way towards Wayne. 3 Dreads. Reason being is because unfortunately, Wayne openly said that he did not have an issue with Kung Fu Kenny and that he spoke to him before he performed at a Super Bowl. Champagne Thickums was not happy about that. So allegedly, Wayne did ask Champagne Thickums to be on his album, but Champagne Thickums declined. He also declined to work with DJ Khaled because DJ Khaled is under Devil Nation and he do not mess with Camel Face because Camel Face messed with Kung Fu Kenny. So basically, Champagne Thickums is telling people, pick a side. You can't straddle the fence. Is either you Ovi Ho or you want to be PG Lane. But you can't straddle the fence. You can't be in the middle. And Wayne, unfortunately, he threw himself under the bus by saying he has no issue with Kung Fu Kenny. I guess, Champagne Thickums wanted him to say that he had an issue with him because of his relationship with Champagne Thickums. And then on top of that, Wayne was caught dancing to Not Like Us. Okay? And Champagne Thickums wasn't happy about that either. And then Wayne also did lie in a recent interview. I think this was a few months ago. And he said that he did not know Not Like Us was about Champagne Thickums. And that's why he was dancing to it. But Kung Fu Kenny mentioned Champagne Thickums' name in the song. So I was very confused by that. But maybe Wayne was high. I think what Wayne should tell Champagne Thickums is that he was high as a kite. And that he was unaware that he was doing anything. I think that excuse will really work, okay? Because we know Wayne likes to do the reefer. He used to drink lean and everything. I think that might work, and Champagne Thickums will forgive him. Now, moving on to Queen B. Queen B has another successful company. Queen B award-winning whiskey brand, Sir Davis, has now sold around 30,000 cases since it launched. This translates to over $30 to $40 million in sales, with the brand estimated net worth now at $140 million. Now, you can say, oh, that's not a lot. I think that's pretty decent because didn't she just launch that whiskey? And to be quite honest, that whiskey is expensive. I think what it is, $100 or $90 a bottle. That's expensive. Okay, so I feel as though that's pretty decent for Queen B. So she got Sacred that's selling. You know, that's an Ulta Beauty. It be selling out. It's not at Marshall's at the clearance rack like some people's hair care lines are. Not to mention no names, but you know, it's selling out at Ulta Beauty. And then on top of that, the whiskey brand is also selling out. Okay, so congratulations to Queen B. Now moving on to Britt Dummy from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Britt the idiot. Her real name is Britt 80, but she was basically the person that got Kenya Moore fired from The Real Housewives of Atlanta because there was speculation that Kenya posted an explicit video, or not video, but pictures of Britt at her, I think, hair salon opening. And with that being said, allegedly, it was all a lie. Now, Britt the Dummy said, as everyone is now aware, I'm not attending the reunion. This was my decision. The events of the season has devastated me. And while I cannot say much right now, I do want to set the record straight about one thing. The graphic photo surrounding the event in episode 5, that photo was not me. As the episode makes it clear, I did not see the photo at that time. Rather, I was made aware of the photo being presented at the event, and based on what I was told, assumed that it was somehow a photo of me, which is why I reacted in that way that I did. I do not know who was in that photo, but upon seeing it for the first time recently, I now know it was not me. I look forward to seeking accountability and moving past this dark part of my life. Now, this hoe made a big fuss about Kenya Moore showing explicit photos of her. Kenya Moore was basically fired. I don't care if people say she quit or left the show. She was fired. And that's why she's not at the reunion, because they started filming for the reunion. But then this hoe has the audacity to try to sue Bravo for $20 million over explicit photos that are not even her. Okay, that doesn't even make any sense. But she is saying that she tried to see the photos throughout the season and that Bravo would not let her see the photos. And that's why she reacted the way she did. But I feel like this is a money grab. Okay, and this is why you can't have everybody join, you know, the Real Housewives. Okay, because this season ain't bad. It's not a chop like last season. Last season was terrible. I couldn't even finish the full season. It's not a chop this season, but it's not that great. I think they need to cut a few of these newbies and just bring Nene back. Nene and Kenya Moore and Phaedra and Portia. And, you know, I know Candy would not join, but, you know, bring them back and leave everybody else at home. Or Sheree still can come too. I like Sheree. But I just feel like this is a money grab. And unfortunately, Britt the Dummy will be receiving 50,000 lashes. Okay? I just feel like she's just trying to stay relevant. Like, girl, nobody care about them photos. Okay? You probably was really sucking D. No shade. But nobody cares about them photos. You are not that girl like that. So sit down. Anyway, I got some very hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in description. And I hope you guys have a great day.